So this is our second video looking or comparing the social media reach of finance versus old media and asking if the world of finance puts out a piece of news, to what extent could they bypass the old media or are they dwarfed? And on Twitter we saw very much that the old media's reach was many multiples that of the world of finance. On Twitter, how does that stack up with LinkedIn? Well, the first thing to see about LinkedIn is that the world of finance is making a huge effort to expand its reach. And in the past year, in the 12 months to January, the end of January 2020, they have grown their followers by a third. And that's on average across our sample of 11 financial services firms. Citi has the most followers, well in excess of 2 million, JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs well over 1.5 million. Those growth rates very, very strong across the board. Some of these numbers here at the lower end, the likes of BlackRock, Vanguard and PIMCO, those are smaller absolute numbers, but the growth rates there are still very, very strong. And in fact, PIMCO, the strongest of the entire group, at a 50% growth rate. So a huge effort taking place there. And in terms of the old media, how do they stack up? Well, it's a tale of two ends or two extremes, really. The top end, The Economist, nearly 10 million followers on LinkedIn, Wall Street Journal and BBC World News, both in excess of 5 million. At the bottom end, El País, Reuters and The Times, all less than 100,000, and the likes of, say, Bloomberg, around mid-table, around 1 million followers. What this shows is the playing field is a lot more level on LinkedIn. Now, what we see in terms of activity on LinkedIn is more marketing, less media, but it might be time for finance firms to ask, well, given that the playing field is more level, could LinkedIn be more of a place in which we can reach out with media messages as well as marketing messages? In terms of what has been the activity and the reach that people have been achieving, much better than on Twitter, where Bank of America alone achieved 6 posts on LinkedIn of 1,000 engagements or more during January. And if you remember from our Twitter video, there was only one single tweet in the entire month. That was from Vanguard that reached 1,000 engagements. And those engagement numbers, quite strong: 5,000, 4,000, 3,500. 8 of the 11 firms we sampled managed to get posts reaching 1,000 engagements during January. What were they about? Well, ESG is the most popular topic for successful LinkedIn posts. In fact, 5 of the firms, their most successful LinkedIn post was about environmental, social or governance issues that they were promoting. We also saw industry awards, research, interviews being popular. In one case from Vanguard, their tweet, that was about products, but in general we're seeing themes rather than products as being more popular.